You're watching the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach, an exciting day of action as we finally get kicked off on the third day of the waiting period, round one. Heat number 3 hitting the lineup with Sally Fitzgibbons, Silvana Lima headlining as previous Bells champions, taking on Kobie Enright. A huge debut on the championship tour. Couple of waves ridden during the break. Silvana Lima trying to get a jump start here at Winky Pop. 2 combos right there. 1 carve into a hacking finishing move.
Absolutely, Joe. I love this place, especially Winky Pop when it's firing like today. Here we go.
Sally Fitzgibbons draws that first turn in the pocket. Nice down carve to set up the lip to hit now. Chooses that wrap once again. Steady flow and pace. Getting that rail nice and warmed up to answer to Silvana's start. Sally and Sil taking their first ever championship tour wins, challenging the wild card Kobie Enright.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Sally Fitzgibbons loves this wave, Joe. It really does suit her style of surfing. And I'll tell you what, she's done a lot of hard work in the off-season with that style, positioning her hands, a lot quieter upper body for Sally Fitzgibbons this year. Surfed incredibly well on the Gold Coast. You can see just taking her time with this opening wave, finding that groove, finding that rhythm, and puts a good score on the board. 2 big alley hoops on the same wave. So, you know, this is going to be the same. I mean, Winky Pop's starting to become more of a frequent spot that we're surfing.
Having a look now, Silvana Lima, fresh off that 5.83. Beautiful carve, set up turn on the second move. Drives off the lip, foam on the face, but ends up hitting the float and going down. Lima, first score, 5.83, had her in the lead. With more dreamy lines setting up here at Winky Pop. Kobie Enright getting started. Great timing under the lip. Frontside slash goes incomplete for the wild card. She'll get credit for that turn before and get her best score so far, breaking down a 9.36 that she needs to take the lead. As we see Kobie Enright, last wave 2.33. Clean rail work on the open face. Frontside wrap off the top for Enright. Feeling her way down the line here at Winky Pop. Frontside float to finish.
Wave to right, I'm not seeing that be a keeper for Sally by the end of the seat, but let's have a look at this one, Joe. Look how clean this wave is through that inside bowl. And Kobie just really laying the rail over. Nice, powerful maneuvers. That's what you got to do against the best surfers in the world. Really light it up and finish strong, which she did. So this is going to be a definite keeper for Kobie, and it's going to throw herself right back in the heat.
Fitzgibbons getting through the froth on the face, driving down the line, looking to get her second scoring ride here. Multiple-time Bells champ flowing through this inside corner. Frontside wrap goes away from her. Right above the rocks there. Was chasing a 5 for Silvana's lead. Kobie needed a 7.83 for the lead change.
Maybe sometimes even get barrel, Joe. So that was a great little wave selection there. And right behind Sally, though, you can see what's going to happen here with this wave. Because of Kobie's wave, there's going to be a lot of whitewater influence on it. And that's going to make things a little harder for Sally. You can see the bounce, you can see the lump and bump, and a little bit harder to engage those fins, harder to really lay that rail over. You can see she's sort of nursing those turns a little bit more than she normally does. Connecting with the lip, and then this last maneuver here, waiting for that board to slide a little bit and catching. So
Fitzgibbons needs an answer. Big whip, clean form and control that power round. Times the lip to hit. Here comes the third move. Digs that rail through the open face and recovers. Tight space to finish right in front of Silvana Lima. The vets going back and forth, blow for blow, fighting for this lead first thing in the morning.
And Silvana Lima just looking sharp, looking dangerous. Sally Fitzgibbons on the wave behind, a little bit smaller, and she was on her way to a good score here, Joe. Not connecting maybe as she wanted right there, hooking into it, and that's where the mistake came into play, unfortunately for Sally. Just catching it too much of that rail, wiping off a lot of speed.
Watching this now. Brazilian on tour, Lima. Top turn jam to get this one running down the line. There's the grab rail down carve. Beautiful arc in the pocket. Jams it off the lip. More aggressive off the coping, looking to finish strong. She's kind of had that reputation for a very long time, and then she gets to have her speed matched at the racy walls of Winky Pop. Lima happy to be getting this event moving down the point here with Kobie Enright looking for an answer. Just came off a 5.6. Clean rail work for Kobie. Off the coping there, and she'll step off. 5.6 for Enright on her last wave. Waiting for a couple of rides center of the screen for Fitzgibbons. And also last of Silvana Lima to give the complete update. Surfers in the water are waiting for those scores to enter too.
Huge, but a 5.27 nonetheless. This young lady, though, I'm impressed by her performance here this morning. She's got 2 veterans, 2 Bells Beach champions, and it is not daunting her one little bit. Surfing very mature, very powerful, nice and clean, and finishing her waves nice and strong as well. So at the moment, a 2.33 as a backup. That's going to be another good score.
Time for Fitzgibbons to get going. Wrapping cut back down the line. Tries to dig deep, recovers with a snap off the top. More power on the finish for Sal. 90 seconds to go.
Wave selection, so important, Joe. You can see Sally on the second wave of the set. And again, that whitewater comes into play. It really did throw her off on that bottom turn. She wasn't able to really set the rail. Wiped off a bit of speed, and that's kind of is going to hurt that scoring potential.
Trying to keep that roll alive, finishing with a 3rd on the Gold Coast. What happened here, Butts?
Well, you can see the second wave. It's running into that whitewater, and watch there, right there, losing the fins, and that kind of wiped off the speed. I mean, amazing ability to recover and still throw in some big turns. That's how good this young lady is, but, you know, it is going to hurt her a little bit.
And we got a message from our head judge, Pratamo Arendt, this morning. We'll watch this. Stretched out wall, setting up for Silvana Lima, the heat leader, former Bells champ. Frontside wrap to get this one going down the line. Clean top turn carve for Sil. Blowtail, just to change up the pace. Right into a wrapping cutback. Keeps the rail wet with a frontside wrap. Lima straightens out with another solid effort here at Winky Pop, looking to better a 5.83 to close this one out. Can feel it like it just happened yesterday, and she's channeling that in this heat against Sally, one of her longtime rivals, and now the wild card up now trying to answer back. Kobie Enright, great timing under the lip for a solid hook. Throwing some water on a quick jam into a float. 3-turn combo, and she's out of there.
And I think that's what you got to do to start things off. I mean, you come out the blocks firing, surfing at 100%. Mistakes are going to happen, you know. And I think if you can kind of pull back a little bit, especially when you're as good as Silvana, 75% in round 1 is good enough to win, and she's proved that. You know, 8.17, and she's backed it up with another solid score.
7.5 for Silvana Lima, already on the beach to count this one out. A solid win. Comboing Kobie Enright and Sally Fitzgibbons and sending them into round 2 action. So Lima taking a big blow, skipping that second round.